is going on, everybody? This is Jamo back again, bringing you a little core domination gameplay with the one and only, the Dean of Mean, the homie Jimmy Dean. So let me tell you what's going on. Jimmy's trying to complete those rig challenges to go after those diamond, solar, and I believe dark sky, rig camos. So the challenge that he's trying to complete here is using FTL jump, and once he jumps on the way down, getting a melee kill. So you'll see him running around with an SMG and an axe. But look what happens over here. Somebody's running around with a new shotgun pistol, and I was trying to pick it up to have a secondary weapon, and in the middle of the animation of trying to pick up that weapon, an enemy ended up running by and ended up killing him from behind, and I wasn't able to switch back to my main weapon to help him out. So I let him down there though, but I'm gonna make it up to him. Now, before we started this game, he told me the challenge that he was trying to complete, and I think that before this game started, he had 11 kills left that he had to get, once again doing that FTL jump. Once he jumps and lands, on the way down, get the melee kill. So once again, he had 11 kills left. So I told him, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna help you complete the challenge. But let me set the record straight. Jimmy doesn't need my help. He can complete this challenge all on his own. But it doesn't hurt to get a little help to be able to complete it a little bit faster. So what I told them that I was going to do is, I told them that I was going to run the UAV, the counter UAV, to block off the mini-map for the enemy, so it'll be easier for him to be able to sneak up behind them and be able to get those kills. And I also told them that I was going to be running that epic advanced UAV. He said, well, no, you can't be running all support streaks. You gotta make it rain too. That's what we do. So I told him, all right, then, I'll take off the counter UAV and I'll switch it over for the Warden. So I'll run the UAV, the Warden, and that epic advanced UAV. So I figured that if I run those score streaks, I'll be able to make it easier for him to be able to complete that challenge. So that's pretty much my main focus, get those score streaks, and of course, be able to get this, this W to go along with it. So at this particular moment, you see that I'm getting close to my first score streak, and once I get to my first score streak, my second and third score streak tend to come fairly quickly and easily most of the time. Now, at this particular moment, this is where good communication comes in handy. Jimmy just told me that there's an enemy heading over my way, so I'm patiently waiting for him to come by, and just as Jimmy mentioned, here's the enemy, so I was able to easily be able to get this kill and closer to my second score streak. And as you can see, I've spent most of my time on this side of the map, and the reason being is because the one thing that I love about core is that once you get a kill, the enemy has the ability to watch the kill cam and get an idea and see where he got killed from. So because of that, the enemies keep coming over my way. But for some reason, both in hardcore and in core, usually when I stand behind this spot over here, enemies keep on coming this way and never really pay attention to where I'm at. Even though they know approximately where I'm at, they never check this spot right here. Look at these guys right over here. They never, well, I wouldn't say never, but almost never really check that spot right there where I was just at, and it allows me to be able to get a lot of my kills from that spot right there. So as you can see, I've already got my Warden and I got my advanced UAV ready for the second half. And also, as you can see, I'm already starting to get close to start getting back into my first score streak. So I've decided to actually move and try to get another kill to have more points towards my first score streak all over again. But I ended up skipping the rest of the first half because I ended up running out of time before I was able to find another kill. So now we're starting the second half with the Warden and the advanced UAV to be able to help Jimmy Dean. But because the game doesn't allow you to be able to call in your score streaks right away, he ended up getting killed right before the game allowed me to be able to call my advanced UAV. But soon after I ended up calling that advanced UAV, if you look at the kill feed, you're going to be, look at Jimmy D right now in the kill feed, back to back to back axe kills. So as soon as that advanced UAV was called in, being the true assassin that he is, he did not waste any time before he got a multiple kill feed with that axe. So just in case you are wondering why am I bringing this gameplay where I'm basically being Jimmy's wingman, trying to help him, be able to complete the challenge easier. Well, I hear a lot of people complain about campers whenever they go up against any, decent camper. All I hear is them, bad mouth, campers. But yet, when they are on the same team as a camper, you don't hear them say anything negative, really. As a matter of fact, they tend to be having a good time because they're able to make the game a little bit easier for them by controlling, certain areas of the map, by providing them score streaks, by doing what's necessary to make it easier to help out a team. So, for example, a situation that happened just a few days ago, I was actually playing. It was a lobby full of nothing but randoms. Nobody was partied up with anybody. I ended up, playing up against this one guy that had higher KD than me and higher win-loss ratio than me. And when the game ended, they ended up, beating us. The teammates that I had in my team all ended up, going negative. So at the end of the game, he sends me a message, saying, you camped and you still lost, laughing my ass off. Why do you camp? He asked. And I basically told him, well, I camp to get my score streaks, especially if my whole team is going negative. So the next 2 games in a row, he actually ended up, being in my same team. We ended up winning, and then he sends me another message telling me, I don't need your score streaks, laughing my ass off. So I replied back to him and I told him, that's great. So on the 3rd game, he actually ended up being on my team all over again. So in between the 2nd and 3rd gameplay, I've decided to go back and to look into the first gameplay because I actually had recorded it and see why he sent me a message. So I ended up, looking to see how he did. And don't get me wrong, this guy, he was a good player. So I had nothing negative to say about him as a player. He did pretty good on all 3 games that we played, the one that he played against me and the 2 games that we played with each other. So anyways, in that one gameplay that we played against each other, we got the exact same number of kills, the same number of captures, the same number of defense. He just ended up, dying more. But the 2 games that he played with me, he was able to do about 3 times better as opposed to than when he played against me. So even though he said he doesn't need my score streaks helped him be able to do better. So anyways, the moral of the story is campers can make a great wingman if you just give us a chance. So don't hate the campers, love the campers. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. And here you see Jimmy with the final kill cam and him holding his axe and celebrate this victory that we just got. If you enjoyed this video and would like to keep up with upcoming new content, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you all soon.